You're watching PEGRI TV, Rhode Island's public access channel.
Welcome to this is a very special edition of Sci-Fi Journal. We are at TempleCon 2012, which is at the Crowne Plaza in Warwick, Rhode Island. This is the weekend of February 3rd through 5th. This is going to be the March 2012 episode. Yep. So you're going to be seeing our regular segments here for Sci-Fi Journal, and we'll also be doing regular interviews among the con, and it should be a lot of fun. My name is Marc Morisseau. Also hosting the show today are Jay Kingston, James Hinsey, and Calvin Watts III. And we have a live audience. Let's hear it for the live audience. Yay. There must be like 60 people crammed into this. You'll never see them on camera. It's awful, but that's okay. But thank you very much for coming.
Well, if you'll never see them on camera, then there must be 100 people
There's
in here.
150 people here. Yeah, that's the ticket. And as always, we're going to go through our regular segments, and we start off with something we like to call Popcorn Previews. Take it away, Jay.
All right. This month, we have 3 films for your perusal. The first one is called The Secret World of Arrietty. This one is directed by Hiromasa Yamabaka. Yeah, I knew I was going to mess this up.
God bless you.
Yanabayashi. And produced by Studio Ghibli. These are the same people who brought you Ponyo, Spirited Away, Princess Mononoke, all those great films. And it's being released by Disney Productions. It's based on the beloved children's book, The Borrowers, and it stars the voice talents of Bridget Mendler, Amy Poehler, and Carol Burnett, and the release date for this is February 17th. So let's take a look at that preview.
Arrietty, make sure you hold on tight.
Did you see that?
That's my girl.
My mother, father, and I are all borrowers.
Promise you won't let our daughter get eaten or squashed like a bug.
Ha! Ha! We borrow things like soap and cookies and sugar, things that humans don't miss if they're gone. We've been seen, and borrowers aren't supposed to be seen.
No, wait. Don't go.
The boy knows that we're here.
What? Are we safe?
I really don't think he intends to hurt us.
Once a borrower has been seen, the human's curiosity can't be stopped.
My mother used to tell me stories about the little people who lived under the floors. Is that you? Maybe we could be friends?
Strange things have been happening here, and I know why. Tell me, Sean, have you ever seen any little people in your room? Can't say that I have.
There you are! Mother's been taken. We have to go help her.
Aren't you scared?
Sometimes you have to fight for the things that are worth fighting for.
We will find her.
Nice try.
When I saw you, I just wanted to find a way to protect you.
We are borrowers, and as long as we have each other to live for, we'll keep on living.
Arrietty, I'll never forget you.
I wonder what's taking Papa so long.
Why is my first thought always that he got eaten by the cat? What's wrong with me?
All right, that looks really good.
Yep.
And as always, Studio Ghibli does such a great job with their productions, and I really like the way that they do strong female characters. You know, they're not, they're unapologetic in their depiction of strong females in their movies.
Right.
And I just love that. Next we have Mirror, Mirror, and this is directed by Taram Singh. It's a slightly twisted retelling of the Snow White fairy tale, and it stars Julia Roberts as the Queen, Lily Collins as Snow White, Armie Hammer also stars, along with Sean Bean from, we know him from Lord of the Rings and a few other movies that he's been in lately.
Game of Thrones also.
Game of Thrones on
okay.
HBO.
Yep.
And that's going to be released on March 16th, and this looks pretty cool too. So let's take a look at that.
Once upon a time, in an enchanted kingdom, there was a beautiful princess with skin as white as snow and hair as black as night.
La la la. Her hair is not black, it's raven, and she's 18 years old, and her skin has never seen the sun, so of course it's good.
This spring,
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? Snow White.
What? Snow White. A classic tale.
Do you want to hear it?
Gets a new wrinkle.
They're not wrinkles, they're just crinkles. Banish her to the woods. Is it done?
Just as you instructed.
I'm impressed. You're not as pathetic and wimpy as I have always believed.
That's the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
You're invited to discover
The prince is rich. I'm going to marry him, and then my financial problems will be solved.
an untold adventure
Organize a ball. We're going to sweep this kid off his feet.
of romance,
I think Snow White is the most beautiful woman in the whole world.
Agree to disagree.
mystery,
Who are you?
Snow White.
No who?
No way!
power,
This doesn't fit. Well, you must have shrunk it. Cinch me up. I knew I was the same size.
and magic.
I'll use the love potion. Puppy love. What am I supposed to do with a puppy?
You can rub my tummy.
Bitch!
Queen is getting married.
Take back your kingdom.
I read so many stories where the prince saves the princess. It's time we change that ending.
You're with the bandits?
You're with the queen.
Should we help her?
She's doing pretty good on her own.
If you weren't trying to stab me right now, I might be tempted to kiss you.
The bandit's leader is a she.
Bandit's leader is Snow White.
Feels like crashing a wedding.
Here I was having such a good day. Everyone has magic within them. Yes. I definitely have a happily ever after thing going on.
Mirror, mirror,
Anyone know how to break a spell?
Say hello to my little friend.
experience the untold adventures of Snow White.
Is it just me or is
That's
Julia Roberts
funny.
typecast in this thing?
Oh, she's good. She's an awesome
She's really good. She's going to make a great queen in that thing, I think.
Yeah.
Finally, rounding out our selections for this month is The Cabin in the Woods. Now, this is produced by Joss Whedon, who brought us Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Firefly, Serenity, and, of course, Dr. Horrible's Sing-Along blog.
No, it's not about people living in Burville, right?
No.
Okay.
It's not that cabin in the woods.
Oh, in
no.
the woods.
No. This is directed by Drew Goddard, who penned some of the Firefly episodes and
The Tick.
The Tick. He created The Tick. So this is pretty good. It's a tale of terror about a group of 5 friends who go to a cabin in the woods, and basically technology meets terror. And it kind of gives you a wild ride. This stars Chris Hemsworth, who we all know better as Thor, and Kristen Connolly. And this is going to be out on April 13th, which I believe is the second Friday the 13th of this year.
Oh, okay.
So we've got 3 Friday the 13th, and this will be the second one, I believe. So let's take a look at that beautiful bean footage.
Everybody ready? The show on the road!
It doesn't even show up on the GPS. It's unworthy of global positioning.
That's the whole point. Get off the grid, right?
Hello? I'm thinking this thing doesn't take credit cards.
Sign says closed.
We're looking for, what's it called?
Tillerman Road.
Now, to get you there, getting back. That's your concern.
Oh, this is awesome.
Whoa. No way.
The lambs have passed through the gate. They are come to the killing floor.
Get this party started!
I seriously believe something weird is going on.
What is that thing?
We have to stay together. This isn't right. We should split up.
Yeah, good idea.
Really?
We gotta get out of here.
Somebody sent those things here to get us.
You're missing the point. They want to see us punished.
I think the best way to describe this movie is take Buffy the Vampire Slayer, add the technology of Firefly, drop in some acid, and stir gently.
There you go. No, the best way to describe this movie is if you see the clip on television, my wife goes like this. She closes her eyes. She can't stand it.
But it looks really good. That's it for popcorn previews for this month.
All right, sounds good. Thank you very much, Jay. All right, we're moving along, and always we, besides popcorn previews, we move on to gaming stuff, because this is a gaming convention after all.
How appropriate.
Right, and one of the things about Sci-Fi Journal is the favorite segment of the entire show.
Of course.
It's called what?
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
Game over with Calvin Watts III. Go ahead.
You know, one of these days you're going to do this, and it's not going to. You're going to not preface.
It's going to be painful, right?
Yeah, I know. But I'm waiting for that day patiently.
Okay.
I do have a little bit of movie news for home release that I think you guys like. Martin Scorsese's Hugo will be released later on this month.
You want to try that again?
Which is now up for Best Picture, which is pretty cool.
Yep.
All the usual features, and looking forward to that.
Did you see it?
That was a great film.
Did you?
Yes.
And since this is the March episode, we are into that Black Month after Christmas where there isn't a whole lot going on. But there are, the Muppets will be coming out then, and also a couple of interesting catalog titles, including Monty Python and the Holy Grail, which is being remastered in high definition with a bunch of like new setups, interviews, that sort of thing. So I know you're big Monty Python fans. So
Louder Coconuts.
And also, I bring this up because I was watching our first episode, which has been recently restored, and we covered Dragonheart.
Yep.
And that'll be available for the first time on Blu-ray.
Were we reviewing that in our first episode?
Isn't that scary?
1996.
We did.
Wow.
It's a long
16 years we've been doing this junk.
So, but I just found out the last bit of news I have for this is I think is really, really cool. Hammer Studios. You guys know what Hammer Studios is, right?
Yep.
For those of you who do not know what Hammer Studios are, they are the British company that produced a lot of the 60s and 70s horror revival films, a lot of the Christopher Lee stuff as Dracula, some really, really cool things. And they are going to join the 21st century. They have announced that over 30 of their catalog titles in the upcoming months ahead are going to be completely remastered over in high definition and released on Blu-ray, along with all sorts of wonderful extras, new interviews with the cast members, which is really good because Christopher Lee's getting up there.
Oh yeah.
So get it now while you can. Apparently lost footage. They found like some of the original openings for some of the stuff which hasn't been seen in decades, and a lot of really cool other features that'll be coming up. So we'll have more information on that in the months ahead. Moving on to gaming news. Let's start out with something I'm kind of a little disappointed because I was really hoping to see this at PAX East, and maybe I will, but Aliens Colonial Marines has been pushed back to fall of this year. It was originally supposed to come out last fall, and it was going to come out around March.
Who's producing?
Sega.
Oh, right.
But I'm not really going to complain considering this title was really rumored to be canceled for like a long time, and for a couple of years you hadn't heard about it. And if there is one franchise that can do really well, and I think the Batman franchise has shown that you can take a franchise and make a really good game out of it, I'm really have high hopes for this. So I will patiently wait until it comes out, and we'll talk about it then. Let's see, what else do we have? Resident Evil 6 has been announced. November 20th of this year. It just seems like Resident Evil 5 had just come out. The Resident Evil games have been totally revitalized with the excellent quality of the games, and so this is going to continue on the series, and it's going to star Chris Redfield, who was in the original and in Resident Evil 5. And then Leon Kennedy. It's going to be like a dual thing. There's part of the story is going to be taking place in the U.S. and the other part's going to be taking place in China. But it all interacts, and we have a trailer that we will be showing. So yeah, that is.
Bioorganic weapons are a global threat. Start working with the rest of the world about the Raccoon City incident. Assuming my desire to reveal that I'm going to tell them everything. I've always valued your friendship, Leon. Stay wherever you are. It's the president!
It's all my fault. I did this.
What are you talking about?
90% of the population in Tall Oaks has been infected with the virus. That runs out to about 70,000 hostiles.
Yeah. This is Raccoon City all over again. Want to tell me what's in there?
It's better if I show you.
I can't keep running away. I have to face the truth. Accept responsibility.
HQ to Alpha Team. No change to your mission. Suppress the bioterror outbreak while proceeding to point Ace of Spades.
Alpha to HQ. This is worse than we thought. We need backup.
It's regenerating.
Alright, first things first. 200,000 up front. Another 200 when this is over. All the BOWs, those are extra. Better off as a mercenary.
I'm not gonna let anything happen to you. The world needs you.
No, not Not me, just my blood. Oh, the world can have it. As long as someone ponies up the dough.
After what she's done to us, how many of our men are dead because of that bitch? I'm right there with you, Captain. But your personal vendetta isn't gonna get us anywhere.
You guys who watch the show on a regular basis know that I'm a huge Rock Band fan, and Rock Band is still going.
Is it?
Yep.
Okay.
Downloadable content. They've started to release some different bands and stuff that hasn't been on there before, including such wonderful people as Bush, Hall & Oates, and Men at Work. So they're still showing that diversity, and it's still popular enough where they still have new releases and stuff coming out every week. So dust off those guitars and go out and play and support, because I just love that stuff.
I'm waiting for the Lawrence Welk Perry Como edition.
Oh, you want to sleep?
Engelbert Humperdinck.
Watch your mouth.
Oh, sorry.
Well, at least you know who Rush is.
I know, now I know who Rush is.
We won't go there.
That's an old joke from another episode. Okay.
The rumors have come out, and I haven't had like physical complete verification on this, but it does not look like there's going to be any news or any release of a next generation Xbox of this year. Apparently the 360 sold very, very well over the holidays, and Microsoft feels like they can hold off for another year before they have to push that. So it looks like the Wii U is going to be the only next generation console coming out as of this year, which is probably not a bad thing. You know, you can push more Kinect titles, and Xbox Live is still going strong. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Might actually get people to start playing the Wii again.
Yes, it could be. And last but certainly not least, since we are in February, we are only 2 months away from PAX East, the Boston Convention Center, April 6th to the 8th. This will be the third year that it will be up here in New England, and I am most definitely going. I'm very looking forward to it. Big, huge convention. All sorts of. If you're into video games, you must absolutely go. You meet all sorts of wonderful people up there.
Now you're registered.
Registered, all set to go.
Good.
A lot of celebrities in the world of gaming. You actually get to meet these people. Major Nelson from Xbox Live I met with on a number of occasions as an example. And it's an awful lot of fun. You must go if you are a gaming fan. Trust me, you'll have a good time. That's all I got.
Okay, sounds good. All right, let's move on to the wonderful world of television and something we like to call Toob News. Green Arrow, they're going to have a new Green Arrow series on the CW. And Stephen Amell has been cast in the title role. The Warner Brothers TV-produced project is a modern retelling of the story of DC Comics character who fights crime using archery, martial arts, and technology under his secret identity as Oliver Queen.
So not a spin-off of Smallville.
Not a spin-off of Smallville. Justin Hartley, who played Green Arrow in the Smallville series, wasn't even considered for the role. He wasn't even up for consideration.
And he was originally cast as Aquaman in the pilot for Aquaman, which didn't go anywhere.
Didn't go anywhere either. So this Amell dude is from Canada. He's been seen on the CW's 90210, and he played, had a role in the Vampire Diaries more recently. I think he was a werewolf in that show, as well as on Private Practice on ABC. So we can look forward to Green Arrow TV series.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's kind of neat. According to Doctor Who showrunner Stephen Moffat himself, Karen Gillan and Arthur Darvill will be leaving the show after this upcoming season. So the Doctor's going to get a new companion. Interesting. The final days of the Ponds are coming during the next series. Then the Doctor will meet a new friend. Although she'll be giving up her companion role for one presumes a happy homemaker life with Rory as a plain old couple. Amy Pond and her futuristic daughter, River Song, played by Alex Kingston, will be showing up every now and then, we're told. So the Doc will be getting a new companion at the end of this series.
Cool.
Which is cool. And then finally, I have some more news about J.J. Abrams. He's returning to NBC with another show called Revolution. It's written by Supernatural creator Eric Kripke. Revolution feels a little bit like the late lamented series Jericho.
Okay.
Okay, which you and I both liked.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Jericho was good.
Yep. Let's see. According to the show, the little press releases that they put out, in this epic adventure thriller, why is everything epic adventure? Do you notice that? A family struggles to reunite in a post-apocalyptic American landscape. How appropriate for TempleCon. A world of empty cities, local militias, and heroic freedom fighters, where every single piece of technology, computers, planes, cars, phones, even lights, has mysteriously blacked out forever. So they have to start all over again. Don't ask me about that. So NBC was to be back in business with Abrams, who produced the short-lived spy show Undercovers a couple of years back. They wanted him so badly that they've agreed to pay a $2 million penalty if it doesn't go to series.
Wow.
How about that?
That's impressive.
So technically, you just sit around and go, hey, $2 million.
We're in the wrong business,
I know.
actually.
$2 million, please. Cha-ching. So watch for that pretty soon, Revolution. All right, and that's all I have this month for Toob News. Let's move on to the wonderful world of anime and a segment we like to call Anime Daisuki.
All right. I got a bunch of little anime things here. We all love Space Battleship Yamato.
We do?
Right? Star Blazers.
I do.
We all know what a Star Blazers.
When's that live-action movie coming out?
Well, it's
been out.
It's on DVD.
But when are we getting it?
You can get it from CD Japan.
Would you work on that, please?
Or Amazon Japan. But there is no dubbed version yet. There is a subtitled. And they have aired it or played it at like a Regia convention, which does run films. And other places, other conventions have played it. But, there's no dub version. No one's licensed it yet. As we speak, Tim Eldred from StarBlazers.com is in Japan, and he's interviewing people about the production for 2199, the new Yamato series that's coming in April. Right now, they're taking the first 2 episodes and making it into a movie, which is going to be in 10 theaters in Japan come April 7th. And then that'll be precursor for the series. The music is being done by Akira Miyagawa, who's the son of the original composer of the original Yamato series and movies.
That's good.
So, it's going to have the same...
Is he as good as his father?
I think so. He's been doing a lot of work on different anime series and movies in Japan.
Right.
So, he'll hopefully have the same... It'll have some of the same themes and styles and a lot of new music also. And the story... This new story is sort of the same as the original one, just set like in 2099 and with 2199 and with new characters and new animation. Let's see. Another Leiji Matsumoto TV series, Galaxy Express 39, is going to be coming to DVD in the US. It's being licensed by S'more Entertainment. That kind of makes me hungry, doesn't it? S'more.
I know. Where's the graham crackers?
Yeah. And that's a story of Tetsuro who travels with Meiteru on a steam train through space and has adventures on his way to get himself a cybernetic body. And that's coming. I used to see that in Japan when I was young. And then in Tomioka, Japan, they're having a Leiji World Summit. Leiji Matsumoto, and it's basically like a giant convention just all about Leiji Matsumoto, Star Blazers, and all of his artwork and series. And he's also working on some new anime. The Japanese rock band Larkin Seal, which means, I think, the rainbow in French, is going to be playing Madison Square Garden in March. It's the first time Japanese has headlined a concert at Madison Square Garden.
Nice.
Yep, they were going to do it in the theater, Madison Square Garden Theater, but they sold tickets so fast they had to move it to the Garden, to the big one. And then The Magic Treehouse is an anime now in Japan, and because of that, it has multiplied the sales of the book in Japan for The Magic Treehouse.
You could go forever. There's
20 times.
tons of those books. Right.
So the series has been very popular, and now the books are really being taken off in Japan.
Nice.
And then coming up in Comic-Con this summer, Katsuhiro Otomo, the man who created Akira and the manga and directed the anime film, will be a guest of honor there. And let's see, one little bit thing here. Fox is going to launch an anime block next January. So about a year from now, we can watch anime on Fox, which will be like from 11 p.m. to 12:30. And they're working with the Nick Weidenfeld from Adult Swim. He's not working there anymore at Adult Swim, but he's working with Fox to put together this anime block. So, one of the major networks is going to be showing anime. That's kind of new.
Good.
Cute. And then finally, YouTube now streams 4 billion videos every day. 4 billion videos. And they process over 60 hours.
I got some catching up to do.
Yep, they process over 60 hours of new video uploads every minute, and compared with 48 of last year, 48 hours. And because they can monetize your different videos, they're making like $3 billion a week on 3 billion videos, or more than that. But they haven't made any profit yet. But, they're trying to make money, and we haven't monetized any of our Sci-Fi Journal, which is also available on YouTube, right? For you viewers who miss a show on cable or in your community, tell your friends, they can catch it on YouTube.
We have a YouTube channel.
Yep. But because we're a not-for-profit organization and we're not doing this, we're not getting paid for any of this, I'm not trying to use that as a money-making thing, so.
We do this for you out of the kindness of our hearts.
Yeah. So,
because we've got nothing else better to do.
That's right. Get out of the house, away from the families for a while.
Yeah, get out of the house for a while. What, for 17 years? Yeah. Okay.
So, but, that's an option thing, that's out there for people. And that's it for Anime Daisuki this month. Be back next month.
Sounds good.
Hi, this is James for Sci-Fi Journal here at the Middle East downstairs in Cambridge, Massachusetts. This is the 7th Annual Yule Ball, and hosted by Harry and the Potters. And tonight we have Draco the Malfoy's last performance ever. They're retiring, and tonight it's just a full house. It's sold out. It's going to be an awesome time, and just take a look at this.
I'm glad you guys are here with us tonight. For the last time, Draco and the Malfoys.
Draco and the Malfoys! My dad's always there to open all my doors. You have to call a patroness just to catch a glimpse of yours. My mom says she loves me when she tucks me into bed. How's your mommy doing in the mirror of MSN? My dad is rich and your dad is dead. My dad is rich, your dad is dead. The trees are green, the grass is green. Even the color of your dead mom's eyes is green. 'Cause it's a Slytherin world with my Slytherin girl. Wizard society, we will take over the world. And the cover of the darkest sky. Ministries of memory, something that someone else. The ladder's last green light. Moody opens up his eye, focusing it on the sky. It's 99, yet he will survive.
Alright, so Draco the Malfoys, that's it. They've put on a fantastic show. Everybody loves them. Next is Harry and the Potters. They're going to be playing next.
But they ain't got a letter. Now, I'm going to put right away. proudly. But more and more kept coming hero letters straight up the living room. So they took me to a hotel and on my little birthday I finally saw the writing on the card. Yeah, and it said, I am a wizard, I am a wizard, I am a wizard, I am a wizard. Oh, I am Harry Potter. Now let's hear it, Boston.
I'm here with Brad and Brian from the Draco and the Malfoys. Just tell me, what has the last few weeks been like?
Oh, lovely.
Yeah,
it's been a little bit of an emotional roller coaster, and it's been bittersweet, but it's feels nice to be ready to move on with the next phase of our musical lives and have gone out on a better note than we could have imagined.
So, you know, you're retiring as Draco and the Malfoys, but you're still being musicians and still creating?
We'll always still play together. Yeah. We've been playing music together our whole lives, and that's not going to stop now. So, playing in Draco and the Malfoys has given us a chance to learn and grow as musicians in a way that wasn't happening for us until we started it. So, it was a great phase of our lives.
Well, you know, in Rhode Island, I'm a big fan of Draco and the Malfoys, and I know I've been just blessed to be experienced, you know, with your Wizard Rock and all the other Wizard Rockers. So, you know, thank you from every one of us that enjoy your music, and you know, for you guys being there.
Yeah.
Thank you too.
Yeah, thank you so much for all your support. You know, you made our dreams come true. We got to we got to go on tour together and play music and live like rock stars for a while.
Yeah,
so it's been a blast.
Great, thank you very much, guys.
Things ain't always gonna be this way, 'cause we're a family. We're a family.
That's it here in the Middle East downstairs in Cambridge, Massachusetts, the 7th Annual Yule Ball. And it was a great time, and everyone's having fun. All right, that's it. I'll be here next year. Back to you.
All right, if you want to get in touch with us, we have a website, www.risfc.org. We also have a presence on Facebook. We have the aforementioned YouTube channel. And if you'll watch the credits at the end of the show, you'll get more information on how you can get in touch with us. All right, now, even though this is the March 2012 episode, it's still February, and we still have Valentine's Day coming up. So I thought I'd be a nice guy, and I would pass out, you can have one even though it's sugar.
Here you go.
Some Valentine lollipops, since we love you guys so much. And we'll even give some to the audience, too. I only have 2 bags, so I hope there's enough for everybody.
Oh, good. Give them the broken ones.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so that's good.
Learn to throw better.
I know. I'm not a pitcher. What can I tell you? Hang on, I got to hit the cameraman.
So what are you, a catcher?
There we go. All right, is that going to be it for Sci-Fi Journal? Oh,
yeah.
I think, well, other than the scenes that we're going to be inserting to show you all around
yeah, we'll be watching.
TempleCon.
You'll see lots of TempleCon footage, because we're going to be doing that as well, right?
Yeah, we're going to insert that.
All that stuff. Okay.
Oh, you guys
And hopefully
already
introduce
seen
you to some of the great people who go to these conventions.
That's right. Okay, thank you very much for watching. We will see you in April.
Okay, I'm here at TempleCon with...
Robert Quill, artist for hire.
I'm sorry?
Robert Quill, artist for hire.
Artist for hire.
Yes.
And exactly what kind of art do you do, Robert?
Basically whatever my clients ask me to do, but I mean, it focuses on fantasy kind of work, comic book style of work. I've recently begun doing more painterly things, which I'm sure you can probably show off later on, but it's a commission illustration service, so whatever I'm asked to draw, I draw.
Very nice. And do you have a specific medium that you work in, or does it vary depending on the piece?
Well, there's different levels people can order from me. There's pencil sketches, finished pencil illustrations, ink illustrations, and then color, deluxe color, and painterly color, all of which is done digitally, because the computer has this amazing feature called Undo, which is tremendously nice to have.
Very nice. I wish that came with some children sometimes.
Or life in general.
Yeah. Yeah. Redo.
Exactly.
So how long have you been doing this?
23 years.
23 years.
I'm very old. Yes, it was a side gig for a long, long time. But in 2006, I left my corporate shackles behind and began doing it full time.
Very nice. Did you have any professional training behind you?
Oh yes, I'm classically trained. I have a degree in communication arts and design from Virginia Commonwealth University, a very good art school. Very exclusive, very hard to get into, right? Very strokey beardy kind of art school.
I see. So should I be talking to you with my nose in the air?
Well, maybe an effete accent or two might be a good, appropriate thing.
Great. Now, if people want to get, say they want you to do a caricature of them in a steampunk costume or a fantasy costume or something like that.
Sure.
How do they get a hold of you? What's the email address or website address?
Well, first let me just say caricature might be kind of a misleading term, because that's a very specialized kind of illustration. But in terms of like doing a comic style or a graphic style illustration of basically any kind of theme that you want, then I'm your guy. My website is simply my name, robertquill.com, and my email address is robert@robertquill.com. It's
very
kind
good.
And
do you have a list of prices and things like that up on your site for them?
It's all on the website. Or they can email me and get more information. If I can sort of give the sales pitch, basically I will draw the client, or a more chiseled version of the client with bat wings and a flaming sword, or any genre, any activity, any number of characters, whatever really.
Very nice. And I've spent a lot of time looking at these today. This is like the second time I've been back to his table. It's impressive stuff. Very clean, crisp style. It's beautifully done. So
I agree entirely.
I highly recommend, if you want a picture done of a specific genre or character, I would highly recommend you checking out Robert's website and getting in contact with him. It's well worth your time. Well, thank you very much for your time, Robert.
I appreciate the endorsement. Thank you so much.
Best of luck to you.
You too.
Thank you. Enjoy the convention.
All right, you too.
Back to you.
Here at TempleCon, I'm speaking with Caitlin.
Hi, how are you?
And tell us the name of your little booth that you have set up here.
This is MADKNITS, and we are one-of-a-kind, limited-run monsters, and we do plushes and resins, and they'll start in my sketchbook and turn into real monsters.
Sounds good. And tell us about some of the materials that this is made out of.
I use mostly cottons, quilting weight cottons with a poly filling, and then plastic safety eyes. And the eyes are actually safe for little ones too, because that's the biggest question we get.
Okay, so that if you give it to an infant, they could chew on it with no problem.
Well, my dog got a hold of one. Couldn't get the eyes out, got all the stuffing out, so I figured that's a pretty good test.
Okay. And can you tell us a little bit of how many different kinds of monsters you have here?
Well, we have the protector monsters, which have the real big muscles. This is Niles.
All right.
And then we have the long-legged monsters. They like to climb trees and stuff. And then that's Nash. Nash is really angry because he is the forefront of the business. He's on all the cards, all the promos and everything, and he just doesn't like to pose for photos that much. But he's so good looking. It's hard to it's hard to keep him off the cover.
Okay, that's good. And now, who are these little guys?
The little ones, those are the little dancers, because they got dancing feet. And they are usually Cyclopses or Triclopses. We don't feel that the Triclops gets enough attention, so we're trying to bring their cause to the forefront.
Okay. And how did you get started doing this?
I just have always been drawing and playing with monsters in my sketchbook, and I went to school for fiber arts.
I was going to ask you, have a background in it? Where'd you go to school?
To the Cleveland Institute of Art. Yeah, so we've been quite across the country, and I just started sewing them and decided that this was a good way to try to make my living.
Okay. And what's the price range for these things?
They run between $15 and $34, so it's right in a reasonable area, depending on the size and the embroidery and stuff. All of the teeth are hand embroidered, the eyelids and everything. Wow. Yeah.
So on average, how long does it take you to make one of these?
Between 1 and 3 hours, about, depending on how how much focus I have.
Now, are they one of a kind, or is it all a series?
Several of these are just one of a kind. We have started doing limited edition runs of some of the more popular ones.
To make them collectible.
Exactly.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. Good. And you live in Providence.
Yes.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, nice and local.
We need to promote that. All right, promote the website if you have.
It's madknits.com, and we're on Facebook, of course.
Okay, that's KNITS,
yes,
right?
Like knitting, yeah. And it's all one word. Yeah, and the website is fantastic. It's full of pictures.
These are a lot of fun. I might go for my daughter. Good. All right, thanks.
Thank you so much. Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
All right, this is James here at TempleCon. I'm here with Leanna Renee Hieber, an author that I met at Eternitas last April, and she writes young adult novels. Can you tell me about like your first novel?
My first novel was The Strangely Beautiful Tale of Miss Percy Parker. Basically, Ghostbusters in Victorian England with a little bit of Greek mythology, a lot of spiritualism, a lot of ghosts, of course. And now I'm moving on to my very first young adult title, starting the Magic Most Foul saga with Darker Still. This is my haunted painting story. I've always wanted to write a haunted painting story. Ever since I saw the Sesame Street movie, Don't Eat the Pictures, where the Sesame Street gang gets locked in the Metropolitan Museum of Art overnight, I thought that was a pretty great setup, and I thought, I want characters to get locked in the Metropolitan Museum of Art overnight. Plus, I love the idea of a haunted painting, much like Oscar Wilde's The Picture of Dorian Gray. So this is definitely a little bit of my homage to The Picture of Dorian Gray, although in this time, it's the heroine who saves the hero. So my hero's soul has been banished by a dark curse into a painting, and the heroine, Natalie, has to solve the mystery and reverse the curse to get this poor man's soul reunited with his body.
Excellent. All right, great. And this is coming out now, right?
Yeah, this just released this past November, so this is in stores now, available across all digital platforms and wherever books are sold. And the sequel, which is called The Twisted Tragedy of Miss Natalie Stewart, that will be out this November from Sourcebooks.
And it just got picked up as a, what kind of award? Is it Scholastic?
Yeah, we're going to be, Darker Still is in the Scholastic Book Club, so if you're a part of the Scholastic Book Clubs, look for this at your fairs.
All right. Hey, more books for reading. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, James. Thank you.
Next up is a 40s inspired book with a green top-it-up pencil. Oh, I love that skirt. That is beautiful. Green filigree corset and a bolero jacket featuring a gold pin with a green gem.
See, I love the hairnet, because you can hide things in it. That way, if you do get hit by a rope and get into zombies, pull it right out.
Absolutely. This is, I have a lot of things in it, actually. Very nice. Next is the muscle of our girl gang. Green wrap pants with a brown leather undervest corset, cream chemise, and a brown bolero jacket. She looks ready to stomp somebody.
She's packing heat, ladies and gentlemen. There's a reason she's called the muscle.
Indeed. Very lovely. Right, last up is the leader of our gang in a black suede skirt, black chemise, and a red velvet hooded coat featuring a damask lining beaded with crystals. Wow! That is very, very elegant. Ladies and gentlemen, Very Stitch Clothing. Lovely ladies, very, very lovely.
So we're in the video gaming room over at TempleCon 2012. And as you guys know, I love video gaming. So one of the coolest video games of all time is over here to my left, basically to your right. This Steel Battalion, a mech simulation game that came out for the original Xbox, I want to say back in 2003. What is so special about this game cost an astronomical $200 when it came out. But it is a mech simulator game to the extreme. As you can see for the guy that's standing behind me playing the game, there are 2 levers, 3 foot pedals, and 40 buttons. You get this controller to come along with the game. Everything is on there, from targeting controls to brakes to even a windshield washer wiper button to clean your windshield. And there's an eject button if your mech is getting ready to blow up. There's a very high learning curve. definitely one of the most eccentric games of all time. And it's really nice to see gaming conventions like this, and also at PAX East that Steel Battalion is still alive.